Previously on They See Me Rollin'. Miss Maverick has started a school for young superheroes. Lucy is in there. She is tying up Miss Maverick.
On one of your notebooks, you had a fist and a V logo, and I was just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that.
It was part of D&D club. I'm Hexbat, and you're not supposed to be here. And you got Lucy and Beale. It didn't look like they were trying to kill the principal, right? They had tied her up. They were trying to kidnap her. They would have had to have been working with someone with super speed flight, holding back on the sidelines as a getaway driver. And since they weren't caught, if they are a student, they'd still be at the school. Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's your favorite GM, Hayden. How are all of you doing? I'm doing great. Excited to get back into this. It's been a while since we've recorded on our end because we record this way in advance. So let's get into episode 4. Annie, Ray, Nightboi. It is the next day. It is Monday. School is starting back up again. It is the morning. You are all just waking up.
Long weekend.
We're going to have each of you a short scene of just the morning. It is breakfast time. So who wants to get it first? You can have Nightboi, you live at the school, so we could have that, or Ray with your moms, or Annie with her dad's.
I'll go first.
Okay. What is your dad's? Where do they live? What's their place like?
We're in sort of the suburbs. I think that my room is an attached garage because it's easier to do stuff for a giant robot in a garage than in a regular room. There's like a thing full of stuffed animals where...
You collect Beanie Babies?
Yeah.
I love it.
She used to collect Beanie Babies, but now she's not interested in it anymore because she's too grown up. There's also like, if you imagine like what people with electric cars have in their garage.
Yeah.
And my bed... like a big wooden pallet, but it's painted to look like a bed, and it has like a four-poster canopy over it to make it look like a bed, but it's just a wooden pallet.
That's adorable.
I love that so much.
Yeah. And I think that because she stayed up so late, one of her dads has to wake her up.
Yeah. So when your dad's like, sweetie, it's time for school.
Oh, I don't want to go to school.
Sweetie, I know you had a long night, but after everything that's happened, I think getting back to your regular routine would help you out.
I think I'm sick.
Honey, we both know that's impossible.
Feel my forehead. Feel my screen. I think I have a fever.
Do you have a virus?
He places his...
I think I have a virus.
He places his back of his hand on your forehead. So, I think you're feeling a little hot, but I think you're gonna pull through. It's okay. And he gives you a little kiss on your screen. All right.
Okay.
Dad and I are...
Give us a description of what this person looks like.
We did it in the first episode.
Yeah, we did it in the first episode.
He looks like Matthew McFadden. And then Stan berated me for comparing him to someone that exists.
Okay. I sit up and say, I gotta get dressed. Get out of here.
Okay. And he closes the door. Let's flash over to Ray. Ray, where do your foster moms live?
Okay, I think because they're cool lesbians, or queer people writ large, I want them to be in a cute townhouse kind of in the middle of city, like in like the artsy neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it to be like nice and modern, but in like a cool way, not like in a cold way.
Mm-hmm. I thought about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you and I are on the exact same page, right? I have one little extra thing if you want it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Below that is a storefront where they both run a bakery.
Yes. I love it. And for Ray's room, they put Ray up in the guest room, and I'm assuming it's not like that big of a place because it's just the two of them and it's above a bakery. So a guest room that is slowly like Ray is really trying really, really hard to make it look like a PB teen magazine, if you remember. So like
oh yes,
really like they're really trying to like make it look like a white vanity and like a nice little like pink and white color kind of scheme and all of this. Pillows. I know you're like bashing pop culture references, but like I'm envisioning like pick literally any teen girl bedroom from anything like To All the Boys I Loved Before, or like basically trying to curate that kind of thing.
Oh, you got some fairy lights and like a collage of like Polaroids.
Yes, and right now the collage of Polaroids, like right now there's only like a handful. I guess there's like literally one of them, which is a Polaroid. Also, Ray has a Polaroid camera. I've decided that now.
That makes sense.
That
one of the newer ones or like vintage?
Oh, one of the new ones. Yes, the really cool ones.
I actually just got one of those for Christmas myself. It looks like a creamsicle.
Yeah.
When you said a collage of Polaroids, I'm picturing like a
serial killer.
Or like a detective with the strings going between them all.
But like there's only like a couple, so it's like Ray and their mothers. Like Ray tried to get their like another gas person to like take a photo, but like it's just like Ray kind of solidified looking like they're like holding another thing, but they're like the other thing's just not in the picture at all. Because no one cares about like Ray's weird like human obsession. And then selfie, I guess, does it count as a selfie if it's taken with a Polaroid of Ray, Nightboi, and Annie? And the way I envision it is like Annie's like has her arms around like Nightboi, and Annie's face is kind of like half cut off by the frame.
I love it. Do you go down to the kitchen, or does one of your foster moms have to come get you?
I'm assuming that I just like go down to the kitchen.
Okay.
Because Ray's a morning person.
Right. So do you call your foster moms your moms, or do you call them by their names?
Probably by their name.
Okay, so established one is called Janet, and I think the other one is called Sandra.
Oh, just real quick. Shouldn't Ray is a foreign exchange student, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be a host mom, not a foster mom?
Oh, it is a host. You're right. Anyway, so I will head downstairs. Or I guess out.
So Sandra is like sipping some tea, and while Janet makes some breakfast, let's say shakshuka.
Yum.
Someone had a late night. Are you feeling okay?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks for asking, Janet.
Do you need to sleep?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
No, not really. But I like the quiet time.
Whatever works for you. Let's sit down. Sandra says, I hear that you've made a couple of friends. I'm really happy for you.
Thanks,
How's that going?
Good, I think. One's a teen vampire, but he's not one of the pretty ones like you see on TV. It's a giant war robot who wears cute dresses and a little beret.
Just as I know that you've been through a lot, and I'm happy that you're making some new friends. I know you've got your whole hero thing going on, and I want to support you on that. But with everything that's going on at the school, from what we've heard right now, maybe best if you just go to your classes and just try and, for the next couple weeks, try and go through the motions as best you can without making too many waves.
I never try to make waves. They just kind of happen. But yes, I will try. So that was not. I had nothing to do with the kidnapping of the principal.
I
to be
know you,
clear.
I know you didn't. You know, we just want you to do the best that you can.
Thank you. I will.
Eat your breakfast before it gets cold. If you can eat, I've actually never asked. The scene freezes and we zoom out. It is now a Polaroid picture, and then it blows away. Scene transition. Nightboi. Your alarm goes off.
That's annoying because it's inside my sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah. Well, your lid just opens.
Do you sleep with your arms crossed?
Absolutely.
It's about that aesthetic.
A little organ riff plays.
So, yes, school has breakfast for the live-in students every morning in the cafeteria.
Okay. Do they serve blood?
I think this has probably been a point of contention between you and the staff for a while.
Because I remember, I think in an earlier episode, I had like a Capri Sun type thing.
Yeah, they have tried to make some accommodations for you given your unique circumstances. So I think now, after many months of you berating them, they finally relented and have. You don't ask questions; they've gotten you blood.
Yeah.
They go to the butcher. It's like Buffy.
Exactly.
And I don't think, based off of like specifically Dracula vampires, which I'm based off of, we don't need blood every single day. So we could do blood and we're good for a while. So
Are you gonna do it like iZombie, where you try different interesting blood preparations, or is it like Spike? Do you put like Weetabix in it?
no, it's just straight from the blood bank. Before Nightboi was a vampire, he was very much a plain cheeseburger kid. So bland is perfectly fine.
You're not like trying ostrich blood or something.
Right. No, it's blood from a blood bank.
Now I really want like foodie vampires to be a thing.
You're not into like that fancy blue horseshoe crab blood.
That
Right.
cures cancer. Not
Yeah.
really, probably not really at all. Don't actually believe me on that.
But no, it's human blood, and it's donated generously by a local blood bank.
Fantastic. So you have two blood bags on your tray. With whom would you like to sit, Stan? There are some empty tables. There's a couple members of the D&D crew getting lunch, the ones that live there, and there's also two other students that you're sort of friends with, Horror Show and Airhead, are
Right.
getting lunch. Not lunch, but breakfast.
Maybe they're getting an early lunch. At breakfast time.
Brunch, if you will.
An early brunch.
An early brunch, which would be breakfast.
Exactly.
I go and sit with, just because I feel more comfortable. I don't even really like them so much, but I will go sit with Horror Show and Airhead. I will say this, Airhead, in his character description, only whispers. It's nice that he's not loud like everyone else, but having to like get right up on him to hear everything he says kind of annoys me. And Horror Show, apparently we grew up together.
I'm gonna get into it. All right, it's part of.
You have a tragic backstory with one named Horror Show. Wow, did not work out well for you too.
Yeah, like we're neighbors.
You go to the table with these two other kids that you know, Horror Show and Airhead. Airhead constantly wears a pea coat and a hoodie with the hood up at all times. And Airhead doesn't really have a face, so to speak, because the inside of his hood is just filled with this unnatural blackness that seems to just have its own sort of temporal reality inside. Like it's this weird perspective when you look into it. Like it feels really deep, like you're looking down a black well, and just hovering somewhere within there, like these two perfect silver discs of eyes, and the a constantly smiling mouth that has rows of jagged teeth.
So it's like a Jawa bound with venom.
Yeah, kind of, or like a sort of Cheshire cat thing, kind of. Airhead has been at the school for about 2 years at this point. It is impossible to tell how old they are, and they have not said anything.
Cut them open and count the rings.
Exactly. Horseshoe, on the other hand, is about 14, and you know her. You two actually grew up together. You were neighbors, and you knew each other before you got your powers. To say that this has you turning into a vampire may have strained the relationship slightly. Might be putting it delicately. Mm-hmm. But you're still on speaking terms. She is 14. She's fat, has brown hair that's starting to go gray already. And it has brown hair that's like streaked with gray. Mm-hmm. And it's not like dyed streaks of gray.
Is it like Rogue?
It's not like that pure white that Rogue has. It's like an actual person going gray.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it coming in at the roots. And she has really good cheekbones. And when you approach, she and Airhead are having a conversation. Jennifer's body is a modern masterpiece. What are you talking about? To which Airhead responds, I'm just saying, it feels kind of exploitative. No. Listen, you just don't. Hey, Knight.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Sup?
You talking scary movies?
Yeah, we've. Can you explain to this person that they just don't understand? Okay, Megan Fox is a very underrated actor and was unfairly maligned for years. Her and Amanda Seyfried have such chemistry in this movie. I'm telling you, it's. And like the whole thing with the like demonic boy band, it's great.
I don't know. I never saw it. I don't like scary movies. They scare me. I know that's ironic given that I'm a vampire, but
you're still so lame. Like, how can you still be this lame?
Look, I get spooked real easy. I got some anxiety issues.
I'm going to see if they have more tater tots.
Ooh, gosh, I miss those. I turn to Horror Show and I just say, it's just not fair that Airhead can eat and I can't. He doesn't even have a mouth. Well, I guess he does have a mouth.
He has a mouth. I've never seen it move, but he has one. He just kind of chucks whatever he's eating in there. I don't know where it goes. Jason, if you talked to your mom recently?
Gosh, yeah. I talked to her about, 8 months ago. Pretty recent.
8 months ago.
It feels recent. Feels like yesterday.
You just kind of disappeared from everyone for a while, okay? And my mom still talks to your mom a lot, and from what I hear, she's really worried about you.
Well, I guess I'll email her or something.
Jason, you need to talk to her. Like, over the phone or in person or something.
That's gonna take so long.
Just so you know, Stan, teens do not use email.
You just need to try harder, okay?
Fine. I'll like a post of hers on Facebook or something. Okay, I'll call her.
You're still so lame.
You're the one who wants me to talk to my mom.
Star wiping away. It is now later in the day. Everyone has arrived at school. 3 of you meet up wherever it is you meet up before classes.
Where do we meet up before classes? Maybe the band room?
Homeroom?
Band room.
Band room. I like band room.
When I was in high school, we hung out in this one hallway.
I hung out in my first period class just doing homework for all my other classes because I never did it the night before.
Annie is kind of slouching somehow, despite not having a spine.
Your screen is facing at an angle.
Yeah. Her projection of her face looks tired and is kind of sideways.
The ratio is slightly off. So
yeah. Yeah, like when you put your TV on the wrong setting and everybody looks like weird and flat. She yawns and is like, "Hey guys,
Hey, Annie.
that was a late night last night."
Yeah.
Was it? I'm still getting used to this whole time concept.
I think there's something wrong with my charger or something. I'm still tired.
I just hate waking up in the morning. That's kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, should you be sleeping? Do vampires go to class during the day?
Yeah, I gotta because Miss Maverick totally sucks. And so, like, I can't go to sleep anyway till, like, about 3 or 4. I get a couple hours in, but I'm fine because, sleep doesn't really matter all that much. I gotta have, like, one really good hibernation. And, I do that during the summer, so it's all good.
Are you a bear? Are vampires really bears?
I mean, I can become a bear, but no, it's just like, I'm dead. What do I need to sleep for? They're undead. Whatever that means. I never understood what that means. What does it mean?
Yeah, I don't get it either. Although I was never really alive, so I guess I just don't get
You're
it.
more alive than me. You have electricity flowing through your body.
How do you work? If you don't have, like, electricity, doesn't everybody have, like, isn't that how your brain sends signals to stuff?
I think at this point it's all magic.
I guess that makes sense.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Nocturne says as she walks in.
Oh, hey, Nocturne.
Hey,
Hi.
magic doesn't exist. Everyone knows that.
But we all have powers. It's kind of magical.
It's not magic. It's like technology or like advanced biology.
So you're going to tell me that Airhead's face is not supernatural?
It's like, I mean, I don't know what that is. It's
It's
probably
a void that has eyes and teeth.
his brain probably generates like a portal or something. I don't know. It's not magic.
That doesn't sound like science.
It's not magic. The magic doesn't exist.
I think Annie and I are on the same side. High five, Annie.
Remember that I don't have hands. I have 2 giant
Yeah,
guns.
I slapped the tip of one of your guns.
So y'all were following in a lead last time I dropped you off. How'd that turn out? You find out anything?
Just played some Dungeons and Dragons.
They're also a
then-
vigilante group.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's more fun when there are other people around. I don't think I'd try and do any superheroing if it wasn't like a social thing.
I mean, if I wanted to be alone, I'd go back to my home planet. It's mostly me and a TV there.
Wait, are there no other people like you? Are you just alone on that planet?
No, there's a bunch of us. The other folks don't like me so much.
Oh. Yeah, I get that. I guess I'm the only one of me.
So besides making some nerd friends, did you actually find out anything useful?
They think that there was a metaphorical getaway driver from the kidnapping attempt because they need someone with some kind of like super fast or portal-y powers
That makes
to
sense.
get out quickly.
Based on what you said, it would have to be like another student, right? So
Yeah.
Oh.
what's your game plan?
Is anyone supposed to be in detention with us?
Oh. No.
Yes, Nightboi.
I just thought of something.
What?
I talked to this guy and he just disappeared.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His name was Metal Face. I just guessed it too. I didn't even know his name.
Maybe that should be my superhero name.
But your face isn't metal. It's what is it glass
guess-
or is that like
Yeah, it's like Gorilla Glass, like a phone.
nice, but it's not touch sensitive?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I don't want you to touch my face if that's what you're saying.
I was really expecting Nightboi to just put his hands all up in Annie's face.
So y'all need to like find out who has powers at the school that fits that bill, right? Light, super speed, teleportation, that kind of thing.
Is there an index we could consult?
They have that kind of thing, but they keep it kind of on lock. But
Remember that time when Nightboi wanted to steal that last time and we all decided that was a bad idea?
Yeah. I do remember that. That makes sense. That was the right decision at the time.
I can't help you get that because that has way too much information. That's people's home addresses, identities, that kind of thing. But I might know a guy, another student here. Just gonna be honest with you, he's shady as fuck, but he does collect stats on everyone. He knows everyone's powers.
That sounds really creepy.
It really is, but he knows everything about everyone in school. And if you're willing to be in his debt, he could help you out. He could get you a list like that.
What kind of debt?
Like do his homework.
I mean, depending on the kind of favor you want from him, he'll either ask you to do his homework for you, he'll ask you for a team up to help him fight a villain he's having a problem with, or anything between. It really depends on how big the favor it is that you're asking.
What's his name?
I don't know how big this favor is.
You know, I have this technique with people who ask me for favors. I say yes, and then I don't do them.
Okay. If
ever the moral compass, Nightboi. Yeah.
I just think it's really obnoxious to ask for favors. Just, if you're cool, then yeah, I'll glad to help you out. But if you're gonna be like, okay, but I'm gonna lord this over you.
Then do you not want to ask him for help?
No, we're gonna ask him for help. But if he asks us for some goofy ass favor later on that's like ridiculous, then no, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, What we're doing is important.
I'll see if I can set up a meeting between y'all and him.
What's his name?
I have to see if he wants to meet you first. He kind of likes to keep the fact that he keeps us kind of under wrap. It's not against the rules, really, but it's certainly frowned upon. If the administration found out, he might be in some heat, but I don't know. He might be willing to meet with you. I'll talk to him and see.
Okay.
Cool, thanks, Nocturne.
You're welcome. The intercom clicks on. All students, please report to the gymnasium for assembly. All students, please report to the gymnasium for a special assembly.
This is like a unplanned thing.
Mm-hmm.
We did not have. Okay.
Yeah, I always wanted to do announcements. I have a good announcer voice. Hello.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hello. This is Nightboi, here to do your morning announcements.
Yeah, I'd listen to that.
Today, you're all gonna eat shit.
Oh, I don't like that.
Well, you don't have to worry about it, because you're not a human. Only the humans have to eat shit. Eat shit, humans.
Yeah. That's funny. We should probably go to the assembly.
You are all in the gym. The gym is a building located just to the side of the main campus.
Is it the danger room?
I was about to say, okay, it is a mix between the X-Men's danger room and a high school basketball court. Everything is like metal panels everywhere and shit, death robots and like obstacle courses, but just painted all there's also some basketball goals and like those lines that they have on basketball courts.
Cool.
Basketball goals?
The basketball holes, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some bleachers, right? But during training, they move all that to the side for the death robots.
Is it like the high school bleachers that like open and close like in the faculty or like in my high school? Like they're like retractable?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They all move that shit to the side whenever they have to fight death robots.
Are there lots of like big blue mats piled up in the corner?
Yes, there is.
Is there a retractable floor that hides a swimming pool, like in It's a Wonderful Life?
Unknown.
Start pressing levers and see what happens.
All the students are sitting in the bleachers. I assume you as well. And you have been waiting for a while. A couple of your teachers are standing to the side of a mic that they have set up. The person in charge of like combat training also acts as the PE teacher. Their name is the Gray Golem. They're about 7 feet tall, made of like gray rocks. Like they look like they're made of concrete.
Okay.
And just jacked to the max. And the teacher in charge of field operations, which is Atomic Muse. They're approaching their 40s. They've seen better years. They were never quite good enough to make it onto the Sentinels. Came time to pull heroes to act as the faculty for the school. You know, he was one of the few that was available at all times. He doesn't have a lot of else going on. He's got like blonde hair that's starting to gray at the temples, and his costume is black jumpsuit with a lot of small white stars all over it. So it looks like his costume is like made out of the night sky. And his logo on his chest is a blue atomic symbol.
He's a real Nightboi.
Yeah, and they've just been standing to the side as my kind of every now and then they'll whisper to each other. It looks like they're growing impatient, but no one's made any announcements yet.
What's his job? The Atomic Muse?
The Atomic Muse, he is the teacher in charge of teaching field operations. Basically, fighting villains in major cities, you know, to teach you to minimize collateral damage, save citizens, things like that, you know.
Okay.
Teaching you really how to operate fighting villains in a city. You do hear some hot goss while everyone's waiting.
Ooh, yeah, what's the hot god?
Main thing everyone's talking about is, of course, the fuck kidnapping. Like, that is a huge topic right now, but you all know that. Mixed in with that, as everyone gets bored, you also hear that Crimson Gale and Spitfire might have broken up, and that Astro Girl and Son of Samson are back together, which no one's happy about that, let me tell you. And that Fire Beetle broke his arm recently, but he says he had it fighting the villain Gorilla Napoleon, but everyone knows he just wrecked his bicycle like a dumbass.
Wait, I'm sorry, Gorilla Napoleon, is that like gorilla like the animal or like guerrilla warfare?
Gorilla Napoleon is a well-known supervillain. He is a gorilla with genius-level intelligence who dresses like Napoleon, basically. He has a big hat.
I'm not sure what those hats are called that are like the two-pointed version of a tricorn.
So he wears an 18th century French military outfit.
Yes, he does.
I like it.
Another bit of hot goss, actually, that's also going around is that this Saturday, Astro Girl is apparently having a house party, which is a very big to-do. Astro Girl is like the most popular girl in school.
And she just got back together with what's his name?
Son of Samson.
Son of Samson.
Fuck yeah.
I wonder if we can get invited.
She is the most popular girl in school. She operated as part of a like this family team of superheroes for a while before venturing on her own as a solo hero. She was part of the Mighty Marstons.
The Mighty Marstons.
But so after you've been waiting for a while, the door to the gymnasium burst open and walks in this figure. They're about 6 feet tall, and they're wearing this brown trench coat and a fedora. They approach the mic, and it gives off some feedback. And they reach into their pocket and pull out this crumpled note and just unfurl it.
Who is this guy?
As they lift up their head, you see that their face is completely covered in bandages. Like
Are they gonna read a poem?
It's Darkman. You ever see that movie with Liam
and
Neeson?
their hands holding the note you see also covered in bandages. They have a patch on their coat of 4 shields in a diamond configuration, which you know is the symbol of the Sentinels. Hello, I am your acting principal. Firstly,
He's an acting teacher?
I would like to assure all students that despite the attack Saturday, Miss Maverick is expected to make a full recovery and will return very soon. Second, I can assure you students that the Sentinels themselves are heading the investigation on the attack. If any students have information that could aid in the investigation, please report to my office. And last, all first-year students, please stay after the announcements. The rest of you can go do whatever it is that you do, usually. I don't know. Thank you. They just crumple up the piece of paper and stick it back in their pocket and walk away.
He didn't say what his name was.
I think it's Bobby.
I think you're going to do a great job, Principal Bobby.
Everyone just kind of like starts shuffling around like confused. Even the two teachers, like then Atomic Muse approaches the mic. I guess that's everything.
I raise my hand.
Yes, you.
What is his name?
What's your and the door to the gymnasium just closes. I guess you can just call him principal.
Do you not know his name?
No further questions. He takes, please, all first year students stay. The rest of you go back to your regular schedules.
I'm sorry for being disruptive.
Atomic Muse picks up the mic and just kind of carries it off. The non-first year students all start to shuffle out until finally it is just the first year students and the Grey Golem. The Grey Golem says, because of recent events, we all feel it is necessary to fast-track certain areas of your education. So, starting today, all first-year students will begin mandatory combat training. And some kid in the back just throws up his hands and just goes, "Fuck yeah!"
Aww.
Language, please. And are there any questions before we begin?
I raise my hand.
Yes, Nightboi.
I think now would be a really great time for Miss Maverick to retire, and maybe we keep principal.
That is not up to you or me.
I
but
mean,
thank you for your suggestion.
she's been working so long. Doesn't she deserve it?
Ray like kicks Nightboi,
My hand.
Yes.
or like like a subtle way to get you to stop, not like in a hurty way, and not curb stop Nightboi.
Just
My teeth.
knock all
My
his teeth out. Can we not, if we're not superheroes, we're just going here because we're running from the government?
If you are here, you have to do mandatory combat training. That is why it is called mandatory combat training. But
Is there any way that I cannot do that?
no. But thank you for your questions.
Thank you for answering my questions.
You are welcome. The Grey Golem says, since the three of you are very inquisitive, you three will start.
But Ray hasn't asked anything.
You, he points up to the bleachers, you and you, along with you first three, please all come down.
I head down.
Okay.
Yeah, I come down.
I float down because walking down bleachers fucking blows.
Do we know who the other three students are?
It is you three, Horror Show, Kid Aries, and a third here that the three of you do not know.
Okay.
There's a large cardboard box next to the Grey Golem, which he starts rummaging around in, and he pulls out, like in laser tag, those like harnesses that they put you in with the little metal box on the front.
Yeah.
Great. So it's like that, but instead of like that box, there's like big like LED button. All six of you, please put one of these on.
Okay.
Oh, they must have an incredible one to fit Annie.
Do the straps adjust up to the size of my huge robot body?
Yes. We'll begin today with some simple sparring. The six of you will spar against each other in 2 3-man teams.
I don't have hands. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh, it's very simple. You see,
2 of us aren't men.
the harnesses. I am sorry.
Just saying.
On 2 3-person teams.
A Nightboi is just a boy.
2 3-person teams.
He's not become a man yet.
The goals are simple.
I'm not a boy, not
No
yet a
longer
man.
a boy, not yet a man.
The rules are simple. The buttons that all of you are wearing, you will notice that they are green. If you push them, and he pushes yours, Nightboi, and it switches to yellow, it will change colors. And if you push it again, it will change colors again. And it turns red.
That's fascinating.
You take out members of the opposite team by pushing their buttons. And once your button is red, you are out. Goal is to take out all of the members of the other team. Please do not kill each other.
Don't worry, these guns don't work.
Right.
And you can push things with those guns, right?
Yeah, I can punch people with them, I guess.
Well, you don't have to punch them, just push their buttons.
The third here that you don't know, student, their costume is just like an orange and black hoodie, and they're wearing like goggles around their neck, and they have a black half mask that like just covers like the lower part of their face. Black bicycle shorts, sneakers, and they're wearing elbow knee pads and a fanny pack.
Elbow knee pads?
Elbow pads and knee pads.
Okay, but no pants.
They're wearing bicycle shorts.
Just bicycle shorts. Okay, cool.
Yep. They have some pins attached to their hoodie. One is a pronoun pin. It's just they them. The other one is just like some simple text says, "Put a trans lesbian on the Sentinels."
I love this person already, and I don't want to spar with them.
As the three of you are getting set up, and the three of them are getting set up, this hero just says, I think this is going to be real fun to watch all of you lose.
I mean, we might as well lose. Annie doesn't want to fight, and Ray is in love with you. That just leaves me, and I don't think I can take the three of you on.
They give you...
Wow, Nightboi.
glad to see you're real into it, and they give you finger guns, Ray, as they're set up.
I always have finger guns.
You just point your arms forward.
Yeah, it's you really with Annie. You have to try and figure out if she's just like standing there or giving you the finger or doing finger guns.
So the two teams are set up 20 feet apart from each other. You three on one side, Kid Aries, Horror Show, and this third hero on the other. And Greg Golem stands between. I do not feel I should have to reiterate this, but I will. Please do not kill each other. And 3, 2, 1, begin. And he steps out from between you.
Great.
Horror Show. It's like one of our really gross werewolf transformation in a movie, like bones cracking and shit.
Nice.
And like a symbol appears on her forehead of a pentagram that's like burning.
Ray nudges Nightboi and says, "Your fave."
She begins to grow to like
Problematic fave.
She begins to grow to like 7 feet tall, and her arms get longer and grow claws, and her whole body starts to become covered in hair, and her her like face elongates until it's like a wolf's head, and horns grow out of her forehead, and 2 wings sprout out of her back.
She's a horny flying werewolf.
I don't think this is going to be easy for you. Not going to lie.
Okay.
I just reflexively put a force field in front of myself.
Can you shoot their buttons, Annie? Do you have like rubber pellets?
I can't shoot things.
You don't have any ammunition?
Kid Aries reaches into his utility belt and pulls out this little metal cylinder, and he clicks a button on it, and it expands until it's like a javelin, and he chucks it at you, Nightboi.
Great.
Can I grab Nightboi and pull him behind the force field?
Roll to defend.
7.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, it costs you. Expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
I guess I exposed myself to danger. So now maybe I'm no longer behind the force field.
And since the three of you are entering combat together, you all have some team points.
I think that I pull him over to where I am behind the force field that I made, but the force field isn't really big enough for both of us. So now I'm standing out in the open.
Seeing this, Horror Show flaps her wings and launches herself in the air, and she makes a swipe at you.
I'm just flailing my gun arms.
You got to take a powerful blow, right?
Yep.
7 again. I will provoke a teammate.
You just managed to sidestep them so that she doesn't push your button, but you're exasperated. How do you lash out? What do you?
I yell, "Help me!" So
that's the provocation.
Yeah. face or whatever.
By horror. Okay, so Horror Show's after you.
Nightmare face.
And I look up at Horror Show and shout, "If you let us win, I'll call my mom."
Roll provoke someone, Stan. Yep. So instead of running away, you choose to try and bargain. Seems pretty. Which I will accept. Because you're facing a monster right now.
Mark.
So mark experience.
Mark potential.
I don't believe you. Sorry, but you're kind of a liar.
So Kid Aries threw a spear.
Yes.
I want to pick up the spear because I'm assuming it's close to us, and I want to throw it, like aim it at, like kind of do like a trick shot, if you were, to try to hit one of their buttons.
All right.
Which I think is directly engage a threat. There we go. 8.
All right. Cool. There's the duelers.
Right, on a 7 to 9, I can pick one. Resist or avoid their blows, take something for them, create opportunities for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies then.
He sees the spear coming at him, and he, like, with lightning flash reflexes, like, pulls something from his utility belt and chucks it at you. And it's a discus. And it slams into your chest, just hitting your button, changing it to yellow. And your spear smashes into his chest, changing his button to yellow. He doesn't take the hit quite as well as you do. He is knocked flat on his ass by that, on his back.
I will take that opportunity. I will jump up in the air above him and turn into a pig.
All right.
And smash that button with my pig ass.
All right. Smash it.
Classic thing for Dracula to turn into a
Scary
pig.
pig. Okay, fine. It's a boar. So, the tusks make sense. So let's see here. That's deal a blow or whatever.
Plus danger, baby.
Y'all mind if I use a team point?
Go for it.
Sure.
9.
9. Great. That you hit.
Yeah, that needed that team point. Thanks, guys.
What are you going to take on top of that?
I take something from them by pushing the button with my ass. So I hit their button and I impress Horror Show
All right.
by doing a sexy pose as a boar, as a little juvenile boar. And I wink.
Great.
Very impressive.
So you come and slam down on his button while he's flat on his back. But just before he hits you, as he sees you coming down from him, he pulls another telescoping spear out of his utility belt.
I think this is important for you all to know how much I hate utility-based superheroes. Let's continue.
He pulls the telescoping spear out of his utility belt and just activates it. And as you're coming down, you knock into it, pushing your button, changing it to yellow, and you slam down on his, changing it to red, taking him out of the match.
Yeah, I guess I should have resisted or avoided their blows. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. I say as a boar.
Yeah, you see this Baphomet monster that is your friend, just kind of give a nod, like game, respect, game, you know?
Kid Aries is out. Has that other kids haven't done anything yet?
Yeah, they have not. And as a matter of fact, they just sit down in the middle of the court.
I'm going to make a force field with a hole in the middle of it and punch through it. Is Horror Show like on top of me
They're like
or just next to
me? They're flying like right in front of you, swiping at you. Because you pulled Nightboi out of the way, exposing yourself to the danger.
I'm going to put a force field between me and Horror Show and try and push Horror Show away. 4.
You don't do that. Mark potential. Yep. So as you try and create this bubble around you, she just, with her massive claws, just pierces it and rips it in half.
Oh, jeez.
And she makes another swipe at you. Take that powerful blow.
I'm not good at this. 7.
Oh,
And you try and back away, but your robot legs are clunky and not that dexterous, so you fall over.
Oh no.
So you're like a tortoise now.
Okay.
all right, but you don't take any conditions. You're just falling over.
Yeah, your button hasn't
Yeah.
been pushed, but you're in a vulnerable spot right now.
I'm going, because now there's a discus by me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to throw it at a horror show. 7 again. Okay, so for this, I think I'm going to do resist or avoid their blows.
Horror Show is just focused on trying to get Annie right now, and slashing. You're putting up force fields to try and block her blows, and she's just ripping through them, and then a discus flies out of nowhere and smashes into her chest, turning her button from green to yellow. And Ray apparently has quite an arm, and it knocks her back a little bit. She just goes, how strong are you? You're made of clouds.
Gases can also be a solid or a liquid.
I don't understand how science works.
It's just phase shifting.
Or matter. Matter can be solid, a liquid, or a gas.
Just don't turn into plasma. That could kill us all. I'm going to unleash my powers and turn into, I guess, the gorilla thing again.
Okay.
Dadgummit.
You don't do that.
I rolled a 6.
So what ends up happening is you just kind of shift back into Nightboi, and like your body starts like popping like gorilla parts in certain places, but it can't all come together. You can't maintain it, so you're left with like one gorilla arm, and like one of your feet is like has like some extra toes now, and it's just real gross looking.
All right. I go, well, I'm sorry, Annie. I guess I'll just try to lift you up a little, given my above average strength.
I'll be fine.
No, I'm going to comfort or support you. You can't stop me.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so that's a 2d6 plus my mundane, which will probably also be low.
Well, this move isn't gonna do anything because they don't have any conditions right now.
No, but it'll clear my conditions if it works.
That is true.
But the idea is to get them out of a vulnerable state. 7.
You don't do that.
So I think the way this plays out is I try to lift Annie, and it doesn't quite work, and I look even more ridiculous than usual, given that I'm got little gorilla bits on my body. All right, I say, all right, Annie, I'm going to try to lift you up. Any help you can give me would be great. So, like, on 3. 1, 2. Oh, my God, you're so heavy.
This isn't working. I could just stand up myself.
Great. Cool.
Thanks. Thanks, though.
Yeah. All right. Anytime.
I lean back down to the ground and I surprisingly nimbly do that thing that like kung fu people do where they bring their if you're lying on the ground, then you can bring your legs up and then flip so you're standing up again.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of momentum on your legs.
And as I do that, there's a noise like, when a car has a loose
Stool.
thing inside of it that makes like a sound.
Okay.
That happens, and my arm stretches out and shoots out to punch Horror Show, trying to hit their thing again.
All right, punch it.
I'm using the ability Mind of Their Own to gain a power until the end of this whatever.
Nice. Using playbook specific moves. I love it.
7 again.
Great.
I think all I've rolled this game are 7s.
Same here.
It's not bad
I'm
though.
come close. I have rolled a 6.
So you do this. You hit the button. They've already been hit once, so this last one will take them out. So on top of this, you can either resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm gonna frighten the opposition.
So yeah, you just suddenly just these like pistons. Your arm just like shoots out and boom, smashes her in the chest, and taking her out. Not before she can take a swipe at you though, and hit your button, changing you from green to yellow.
I didn't know I could do that.
Just what the fuck? To recap, all three of you are on yellow now, and the third hero is just sitting down, looking at all of you. Their button is still green.
Well, since you're just sitting down, you mind just pushing your button for us?
I actually want to win.
Then why
Like
have you been
you.
sitting? Have you been like using your powers to help your teammates?
I could, but I don't want to.
Okay, Coach Golem.
That's not very good.
Yeah,
team
Coach
playing.
Golem. That should be disqualifying right there, since we're all supposed to be working as a team.
I'll allow it.
What? Why?
Because I said so. I am the teacher.
I stretch out my other arm and try and press their button.
All right. Roll that thing, Annie.
4. I've only rolled 7s. I've rolled 7s and
Mark potential, Annie.
Mark potential, Annie.
I love that potential.
At the
So-
very least, you get that when you miss.
So, Annie, you boom shoot out your piston arm to hit their button, and suddenly, just instantly, there's a flash of light, and they're not standing in front of you anymore. Nightboi is. Nightboi, I need you to take a powerful blow.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. 2d6 plus 4, because I've got all the conditions. Or all but one. And I rolled 11, so I'm out.
Yep. So Nightboi, you are boom. Suddenly, just everything just switches around you like a jump cut in a movie, right? And you're standing in front of Annie now, and your button has been pushed, and you've been punched in the chest by their robot arm. And you look over, and this kid is standing where you were, not even a second ago.
I collapse completely. I am out for the count.
All right, I want to try something. My original plan was to Mr. Fantastic myself. Maybe I'll do that. Where basically I can like stretch out my arm to hit the button.
Is that something like you can normally do? Is that
That I think is unleash my powers. I rolled a 9.
9? Okay, cool. So choose an unstable effect.
The unstable or temporary thing can like my arm like kind of Mr. Fantastic it like hit the button, but then it kind of becomes like snap back like a rubber band or an extended piece of elastic, so I can't like undo my arm like that immediately.
Absolutely, you can. You're too fast for them. They didn't see you coming, and boom, you smack them for a changing their button from green to yellow, and your arm just kind of goes limp now, just stretched out.
I am out of the fight, but I am not knocked out. I'm just hanging out on the floor with my hands crossed on my chest, going, this sucks that I have to do this during the day.
See, this kid just looks at you as careful. Don't stretch yourself too thin.
I'm gonna wrap my arms, my super long arms, around them now.
Okay.
What do I roll for that? To try and restrain them?
That would be unleash.
7. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. I think I do I sort of rotate my whole body to give my arms some momentum, and one of the arms wraps around them and the other bumps into Bobby's character.
Okay, we can do that. Bobby, take a powerful blow.
Damn it.
All right, choose one.
I am going to mark 2 conditions.
All right, cool.
All right, I'm taking angry and I'm doing insecure.
All right, yep. So one of your arms lashes out, gets this kid, wraps them up, but your other arm flings wildly and smashes into Ray.
Great. Okay.
But now they're wrapped up.
All right, I'm gonna hit them again then, which is is it directly engaged? Damn it!
So you run over, try and smash this button, and you find yourself wrapped up in Annie's arm. And this kid is just standing in front of you free. You got to be a bit quicker, though. But commend you for trying.
I'm just going to try and straight up punch again.
All right.
With my stretchy arms. But in like an unexpected way where they're twisting around in different directions.
Okay.
5.
Ray, you find yourself now switch places again. They are now wrapped up in Annie's arm again, but you're now in front of Annie's fist that is coming at you. I need you to take a powerful blow again.
Oh, no.
5.
That's great. How do you avoid this?
Oh, I assume I go into gaseous form.
Okay, yeah, so you just are able to just phase through just in the nick of time before she hits you.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same like Mr. Fantastic thing I just did, which we did. It's gonna be unleash my powers, right? 11.
Boom! You do it. How do you do this? Describe.
Okay, so Ray's in the gaseous form. So actually, I think the way they do this is they like make themselves bullet shaped, kind of compact their energy, not into a literal bullet. Like, I'm not trying to kill anybody, but imagine a high speed dense object, like a small, like Ray has made themselves really compact and like dense, just heading straight, but like it's like slowly like taking like solid form till it hits the button.
And it does, and changes from yellow to red, and thus your team has won. The skid just goes, God damn it!
Not so cocky now, are you?
If you weren't all bunched together, it would have been a lot easier.
I'm Ray, by the way, and Ray like puts out their hand.
They shake your hand. My name's Switch.
I like your pins. That's a little on the nose, isn't it?
You know, it's like superhero names. They're like band names. Most of the good ones are taken.
I mean, Switch isn't the worst.
Yeah, I like your fashion cape.
Thank you. Capes are great. Thanks.
Grey Golem steps forward and says, Can all of you please remove your harnesses and return to the bleachers until combat training is over, then resume your normal class schedule.
Ray playfully hits Annie's button and then takes off my spar thing.
Are you still holding Switch right now, Annie?
Oh, yeah. I unwind my arms around them.
You move a lot faster than like a walking refrigerator should.
Hey, Annie's not a walking refrigerator.
I do not have refrigerator functionality. It would be nice, though.
That would be really cool. You could like store drinks and stuff in there. It'd be really cool. Or like ice cream.
Thanks.
Annie doesn't like talking about modifications. I've learned that.
Well, I'll catch you around. If, yeah. And they give you finger guns and just walk back up the bleachers.
Speaking of modifications, I like strain and there's that like belt slipping sound again, and my arms start to pull back in, but they don't, and they are just stuck like that. In order to use that ability, I had to mark a thing, and I have a special one called damaged, so I marked damaged in order to use the extendo arms.
Nice.
So I will have to be repaired in order to make my arms normal again.
Perfect.
I get up and I go to horror show and I say, thanks a ton. Not only am I not calling my mom, you would do well to stay the fuck out of my business, getting up all in my shit. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I put my very long arm on Nightboi's shoulder, and I'm like, Nightboi, calm down.
Well, you know what? You turn into a gigantic asshole ever since you turned into a vampire. Like, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you were always a giant asshole and just the fangs made me realize it.
Maybe
Such
I
a
was.
dick.
And that's just, you know what? I don't care. I'm cool. I'm here in this school that makes me fight in the daytime, makes me sleep at night. Just fuck this place and fuck all of you. And I run out of the room.
I am your favorite GM, Hayden.
Hi, I'm Bobby.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
That was Ivan, in case you didn't hear. My name is Stan Ferguson.
Boy, howdy. Just so much drama. Just people getting mad, not talking to their moms, worrying their other moms, worrying their dads. It's just, and intrigue.
A lot of parental worry.
Yeah, the parents really got bad end of the stick on this one.
What intrigue as well. People fly, people teleport, people run fast, all kinds of things. Whomst is in on the conspiracy? You'll tune in next time to find out.
Oh, really? We're going to find out next
Until
time?
then. Yes, right. So I'm just going to open the next episode saying, so-and-so is yada yada, and la la la, spoilers. Here's my show Bible with all of the answers, just to read through that. Well, see you campaign 3.
Nice!
But until then, dear listeners, though, you can keep in touch with us by checking out our Twitter, which I run at TSMRcast. I mostly retweet Spider Sonas right now because I'm just loving all of that. You can also go over to Facebook and join our Facebook page. A lot of cool stuff, cool people we chatting with, and who knows, maybe like Bobby, one day you can end up on the show.
And if you
My longest con.
if you really like us, you can go to our Patreon, which is Patreon/TSMRcast.
Oh my God, Stan, what kind of wonderful things can the listeners find if they donate a mere $5 a month to our Patreon?
Not even I know.
A mere $5 a month will get you our monthly fiasco. We've recently released one for our New Year's Eve. So that's...
It was pretty good. We started a global revolution.
It was actually really fun.
What quality entertainment?
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
We started a global revolution using a giant leopard on super soldier serum.
Don't give away
Dr.
the
Doom
ending.
showed up at one point.
Dr. Doom pops up.
Dr. Doom and his son, his dad, Senor Doom. El Presidente Doom.
El Presidente Doom. Yep, Latvia is a... It's a Latin country.
Let's not give everything away. Listen to the show. Donate to our subscribe to our Patreon and listen to the show. But we have 3
Also,
fiasco
like,
episodes on there so far. So, and you come in, you get access to all the fiascos, and it's just $5 a month. If you're only able to donate $1 a month, that's fine. You'll get a monthly newsletter where we talk to you.
That's like 4.5 hours of content right there. Like, just space that out, and you'll have enough to tie you over until next episode. And that back catalog is only going to keep growing. So it pays for itself practically. This baby, Slaps Hood, can fit so many goofs inside. You have done all of that. Bless you and thank you for all of that. But you still want to support us, or if you just cannot support us through monetary means, we understand. I am also a poor person. You can head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. Even if you hate the show, if you have criticism of the show, put it in a 5-star review.
The best
So long as
way,
it's 5 stars.
we're more likely to see it if it's 5 stars.
Exactly.
Because it'll be at the top.
And if you do that and send us messages on our Twitter or through our Facebook page, you can hear me compose a song just for you, dear listener. So,
All right.
well, do we have anything else before we sign off until next time?
But yes, we'd like to thank the producer levels, Louie and Noah. Also,
Until next time, dear listeners, fly on, you beautiful night birds, and thanks for all the teen drama.
Ear trumpet audio, the only kind of ear that can't get an ear infection.
this episode was edited by Bobby and Stan. Music by Ron Lubavitch. You can also find Ron Lubavitch on the internet at God's Little Peep Show. Additional music, if we use it, is by Hayden. Our story buddy is Michael M. Rader.